Thanks for staying with us. Economist Dr Vanus James believes that the government of Trinidad and Tobago is set up to be authoritative. As a result, the only way for the public to have the accountability they seek is by changing the executive composite of the cabinet and ensuring more oversight is present in Parliament. More in this report from Kandace Jackson.
Current Constitution of Trinidad and Tobago allows for any elected member of parliament and any senator to be a part of the cabinet with no limit. Economist Dr Vanus James believes that only by reducing the number of members allowed to be a part of cabinet can there be systems of accountability and oversight.
And the majority of the people who have won the elections to form the government will be such that more of them are outside of the cabinet, focused on lawmaking, than are in the cabinet.
Dr. James explains that it would also create a situation where parliamentarians can hold the Prime Minister accountable.
The Prime Minister too. And they will solve a problem with that the country has now. The Prime Minister can oversee the ministers, but there's nobody to oversee the Prime Minister. Nobody could evaluate the way he does his job. If you had this 30 non-executive members of the winning side, they could evaluate his job and decide if they want to fire him.
In a similar fashion to how Britain is able to change prime ministers without needing to call an election. Additionally, Dr. James says having a Senate that is elected and not appointed or comprising members of the cabinet can provide accountability on how the Minister of Finance plans the national budget.
And then give that elected Senate one critical authority: the authority to advise and consent on the development budget, on the capital expenditures. When you do that, 4 senators out of, say, 31 or 32 could hold up the development budget until they see fairness.
Meanwhile, Dr. James suggested that greater representation in lawmaking and policy decisions can be guided by oversight committees set up similarly to U.S. congressional hearings.
Ask the society, well, what do you think we should do for education development in Tobago? And you hold 2 months of hearings on that. You will get all the experts to come and tell you. And then as a committee, you make up your mind what you think should come from it.
Dr. James also pointed out that these views on how central government should be set up should also be extended to local government and the THA. Kandace Jackson, Tobago Updates, Television News.